What if I told you that cars from the 1960s could hit speeds that would make modern drivers sweat? Before safety regulations, emissions controls, and computer-limited top speeds, automotive engineers were in an all-out war to build the fastest machines on four wheels. Today, we're diving into the 7 most insanely fast vintage cars that dominated the roads before 1970. And trust me, number 3 will absolutely blow your mind. But first, if you're obsessed with classic automotive engineering like I am, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're building the ultimate community of vintage car enthusiasts, and I don't want you to miss a single episode. The late 1950s and 1960s were the golden age of automotive performance. This was an era when manufacturers threw caution to the wind, stuffing massive engines into lightweight chassis with one goal: pure, unadulterated speed. No electronic nannies, no speed limiters, just raw mechanical fury that could propel you into the stratosphere. These weren't just fast cars, they were engineering marvels that pushed the boundaries of what was possible with the technology of their time. Some of these machines achieved top speeds that rival modern supercars, and they did it with carburetors, mechanical fuel injection, and pure analog engineering genius. Let's kick off our countdown with a car that Enzo Ferrari himself called the most beautiful car ever made, the Jaguar E-Type. When this British masterpiece debuted in 1961, it didn't just turn heads, it shattered expectations. The E-Type's 3.8-liter inline-6 engine produced 265 horsepower, which might not sound like much today. But remember, this car weighed just 2,800 pounds. That power-to-weight ratio, combined with its revolutionary aerodynamic design, allowed it to achieve a genuine 150 miles per hour top speed. What made this even more remarkable was the price. At $5,595, it cost half as much as a Ferrari, but delivered comparable performance. The secret sauce was Jaguar's obsession with aerodynamics. The E-Type's drag coefficient was an incredible 0.44, better than many modern cars. Malcolm Sayer, the aerodynamicist behind the design, used mathematical principles derived from aircraft design to create those flowing, sensual curves that weren't just beautiful, they were scientifically perfect. But here's what really set the E-Type apart. It was a genuine 150-mile-per-hour car that you could drive to work every day. While other manufacturers were building temperamental race cars for the road, Jaguar created a machine that combined supercar performance with British luxury and reliability. At number 6, we have the car that would define Porsche for decades to come, the original 911. When it debuted in 1963, critics said putting the engine in the back was crazy. Porsche proved them wrong by creating one of the most successful sports car platforms in history. The original 911's 2.0-liter flat-six produced 130 horsepower, and while that might seem modest, the car's 2,380-pound curb weight meant it could hit 131 miles per hour. But the 911's genius wasn't just in its top speed, it was in how it achieved that speed. The rear engine layout gave the 911 incredible traction off the line, while the low center of gravity and near-perfect weight distribution made it a handling revelation. This wasn't just a fast car, it was a fast car that could corner like it was on rails. What made the 911 truly special was its engineering philosophy. While other manufacturers were chasing pure horsepower, Porsche focused on efficiency and balance. The air-cooled flat-six was a masterpiece of compact engineering, and the car's aerodynamic efficiency meant it could achieve its top speed without massive horsepower numbers. The 911's influence on automotive design cannot be overstated. It proved that you didn't need a massive V8 to go fast. Intelligent engineering and attention to detail could achieve the same results with less weight and better fuel economy. Coming in at number 5 is America's sports car icon, the 1963 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. This was the car that proved American manufacturers could build world-class sports cars that could compete with the best from Europe. The '63 Stingray was available with the legendary 327 cubic inch V8, producing up to 360 horsepower in its most potent fuel-injected form. But it wasn't just about the engine. The Stingray introduced a completely new chassis design with independent rear suspension, a first for the Corvette. With its fiberglass body keeping weight down to just 3,150 pounds, the fuel-injected Stingray could hit 142 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest American cars of its era. But what really set it apart was its combination of straight-line speed and handling prowess. The Stingray's design was pure automotive art. Those split rear windows, the aggressive front end, and those iconic side exhausts created a visual impact that's still stunning today. But beneath that beautiful exterior was serious engineering. The car's aerodynamic efficiency was remarkable for its time, with a drag coefficient that helped it achieve its impressive top speed. What made the Stingray truly special was its accessibility. While European exotics were priced out of reach for most enthusiasts, the Corvette delivered supercar performance at a fraction of the cost. It democratized high performance and proved that American engineering could compete on the world stage. At number 4, we enter the realm of American muscle car madness with the 1968 Dodge Charger RT, equipped with the legendary 4.26 Hemi V8. This wasn't just a car. It was a 4,000-pound missile designed to dominate both the street and the drag strip. The 4.26 Hemi was an absolute monster, 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque from 426 cubic inches of pure American fury. But what made the Hemi special wasn't just its power output, it was the way it delivered that power. The hemispherical combustion chambers that gave the engine its name allowed for massive valves and incredible breathing capacity. With its aerodynamic fastback design and that massive Hemi under the hood, the Charger RT could achieve a genuine 156 miles per hour top speed. But getting there was an experience unlike anything else. The Hemi's torque curve was so aggressive that it could break the rear tires loose at highway speeds. The Charger's design was pure aggression. Those hidden headlights, the muscular rear haunches, and that distinctive Coke bottle shape created one of the most intimidating profiles ever to grace American roads. This was a car that looked fast standing still, but the Charger RT wasn't just about straight-line performance. Dodge engineers worked hard to create a car that could handle its massive power output with heavy-duty suspension components and performance-oriented chassis tuning that made it surprisingly capable in the corners. Here's number 3, the car that I promised would blow your mind, the Shelby Cobra 427. This wasn't just fast, it was absolutely terrifying. Carroll Shelby took a lightweight British roadster, stuffed a massive American V8 into it, and created what many consider the most brutal sports car ever built. The numbers are simply insane. 425 horsepower from a 427 cubic inch Ford V8, crammed into a car that weighed just 2,550 pounds. That's a power-to-weight ratio that would make modern supercars jealous. The result? A top speed of 165 miles per hour and 0 to 60 acceleration in just 4.2 seconds in 1965. But here's what made the Cobra truly special and truly terrifying. Unlike modern cars with their electronic stability systems and advanced safety features, the Cobra was pure, unfiltered automotive chaos. There was nothing between you and 425 horsepower except your skill and your courage. The Cobra's design philosophy was brutally simple. Take the lightest possible chassis, install the biggest possible engine, and let physics handle the rest. The AC Ace chassis that Shelby used was originally designed for a 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine. Shelby's team had to completely re-engineer the car to handle more than double the original power output. What made the 427 Cobra legendary wasn't just its performance, it was its character. This was a car that demanded respect. One wrong move, one moment of inattention, and it would bite you. Hard. But for those brave enough to master it, the Cobra offered a driving experience that was pure, undiluted automotive nirvana. The Cobra's influence on automotive culture cannot be overstated. It proved that sometimes the best engineering solution is also the simplest. More power, less weight, and let the driver figure out the rest. At number 2, we have the car that literally invented the modern supercar, the Lamborghini Miura. When this Italian masterpiece debuted in 1966, it didn't just raise the bar, it launched it into orbit. The Miura was revolutionary in every sense. It was the first production car to feature a mid-mounted V12 engine, a layout that would become the standard for every serious supercar that followed. That 4.0-liter V12 produced 350 horsepower, but more importantly, it was positioned right behind the driver for optimal weight distribution. The result was a car that could hit 174 miles per hour, making it the fastest production car in the world when it was introduced. But the Miura wasn't just about top speed. It was about redefining what a road car could be. Marcello Gandini's design for Bertone was pure automotive sculpture. Those flowing lines, the dramatic side air intakes, and that impossibly low profile created a visual impact that's still stunning today. This was a car that looked like it was doing 100 miles per hour while parked. But beneath that gorgeous exterior was serious engineering innovation. The Miura's chassis was a work of art, a steel space frame that was both incredibly rigid and remarkably light. The mid-engine layout gave it handling characteristics that were unlike anything else on the road. What made the Miura truly special was how it changed the automotive landscape. Before the Miura, even the fastest cars were essentially front-engine grand tourers. The Miura proved that a mid-engine layout could work in a road car, paving the way for every supercar that followed. The Miura's 174 miles per hour top speed wasn't just impressive for 1966, it was genuinely shocking. This was a time when most family cars struggled to reach 100 miles per hour, and here was Lamborghini building a road car that could nearly double that speed. And at number 1, we have the ultimate vintage speed machine, the Ferrari 250 GTO. This isn't just the fastest car on our list, it's arguably the greatest car ever built, period. The 250 GTO was born from Ferrari's obsession with racing perfection. Enzo Ferrari wanted to create the ultimate weapon for international GT racing, and the result was a car that matched the Miura's 174 miles per hour top speed while being even more exclusive. Only 36 were ever built. The GTO's 3.0-liter V12 produced 300 horsepower, but it was the car's aerodynamic perfection that made it truly special. Every curve, every vent, every surface was designed with one goal: maximum speed with maximum stability. The result was a car that could hit its 174-mile-per-hour top speed and stay planted while doing it. But what made the GTO legendary wasn't just its performance, it was its racing pedigree. This car dominated international GT racing, winning the World Championship for GT manufacturers 3 consecutive years from 1962 to 1964. It wasn't just fast, it was fast and reliable enough to win races. The GTO's design was pure functional beauty. Sergio Scaglietti's bodywork was a masterclass in aerodynamic efficiency, with every element serving a specific purpose. Those distinctive air vents weren't just for show. They were carefully calculated to provide optimal cooling and aerodynamic balance. What makes the 250 GTO the ultimate vintage speed machine is how it combined raw performance with racing-bred reliability. While other cars on this list were fast, the GTO was fast enough to win races at the highest level of international competition. Today, the 250 GTO is considered the holy grail of car collecting, with examples selling for over $70 million. But in 1962, it was simply the fastest, most advanced road car money could buy. What made these cars so special wasn't just their top speeds, it was how they achieved those speeds with the technology available in their era. These were the days before computer-aided design, before wind tunnels were commonplace, and before advanced materials science. Engineers relied on intuition, experience, and pure mechanical genius to create these speed machines. They used slide rules instead of supercomputers, carburetors instead of fuel injection, and mechanical components instead of electronic systems. The materials available were limited compared to today's standards. Steel was heavy, aluminum was expensive, and carbon fiber didn't exist. Yet these engineers managed to create cars that could achieve speeds that would be impressive even by today's standards. What's truly remarkable is how these cars achieved their performance without modern safety systems. No ABS, no traction control, no stability management, just pure mechanical engineering and driver skill. These cars demanded respect and rewarded those brave enough to explore their limits. The cultural impact. These 7 cars didn't just set speed records, They changed automotive culture forever. They proved that cars could be more than just transportation. They could be objects of desire, works of art, and expressions of human engineering achievement. The influence of these machines can be seen in every supercar built today. The mid-engine layout pioneered by the Miura, the aerodynamic principles perfected by the 250 GTO, the power-to-weight philosophy of the Cobra. All of these concepts continue to influence automotive design today. These cars also democratized performance in ways that had never been seen before. While exotic cars had always existed, these machines made high performance accessible to a broader audience. The Corvette, the 911, and even the Cobra were attainable dreams for enthusiasts willing to make the financial commitment. The 7 cars we've explored today represent the absolute pinnacle of vintage automotive performance. From the Jaguar E-Type's elegant 150 mph capability to the Ferrari 250 GTO's racing-bred 174 mph perfection, these machines proved that the pursuit of speed is one of humanity's most noble engineering endeavors. What makes these cars truly special is that they were built during an era when regulations were minimal and imagination was limitless. Engineers were free to pursue pure performance without the constraints of modern safety and emissions requirements. These weren't just fast cars, they were statements of intent, expressions of engineering artistry, and proof that sometimes the best solutions are also the most beautiful ones. If you enjoyed this deep dive into vintage automotive performance, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We've got more incredible automotive content coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss what we have planned next. What's your favorite vintage speed machine? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow automotive enthusiasts. Until next time, keep the rubber side down and the throttle wide open.